Check.
Check 2.
Check.
Check.
Write a check. Give it to me. If you like it, go on and do me.
Yeah, like
Split my butt cheeks. Get a rug burn. Have a baby. Now it's your turn. And we're back. Listen to your friends.
We on it. We live. Listen to your friends.
I'm Vince Diphallia.
I'm Justin Bird. AKA Justin Birdshot, AKA Justin Bartholomew, AKA Justin Burn Her at the Stake.
There, that's a good one. I'd be down for something like that. If you lived back then where they still did that, like on a regular basis, do you think you'd be a guy who was like, yeah, let's go. Let's go see it.
Let's go watch the burning?
Let's go watch the steak burning.
I mean, it's really hard to put myself in the place of a guy back then, but
I guess
I'd love to say no, I wouldn't be that guy, but you never know.
I know, everyone would want... I feel like everyone's initial reaction to that would be like, no, of course not.
But I mean, if that's your entertainment for the year, like one good witch burning,
yeah,
I can't say I wouldn't be in the town square for the witch burning.
But everybody would attend. It was like
we're
a Friday night
We're cutting this
thing.
part out. We just start the podcast with "Would you watch a woman burn?"
Yeah. What else? What else you got?
Did they burn? Why didn't they burn warlocks? Did they burn dudes at the stake like that? I don't. I can't think of any examples.
Well, I mean, like back in the, what do they call it? The Catholic, not the mafia, but the Renaissance.
You mean the Crusades?
Well then too, but anyways, they did it so often that it was like...
You mean the Inquisition?
Inquisition.
Okay, I knew it.
And they did it. They would go, and they'd just be like, yeah, probably... It probably made them feel weird, because they were like, that smells really good.
Yeah,
You know
I wonder, yeah. I'm not intimately familiar with the smell of burning human flesh, but
I bet
most people
like
back then were. I'm sure it smells exactly like it.
I wonder if it gave people ideas when they left, like, let's try that. How much you want for that thigh muscle?
Fucking hell. They think they burned them too crispy.
And the guy's just like, I'm in the crowd with you. I'm watching this. I need my leg.
He's like, yeah, but how bad?
How bad did you eat it, though? I got something sort of related to that.
Oh, shit. I was going to give you... I know I brought
Oh, yeah. What are you talking about here?
I have a gift for you.
I don't understand.
From one of our longtime listeners, Adrian.
Shout out to
Adrian. This to me to give to you because she heard us talking about Egypt on our last episode and how it's on your bucket list to go to the pyramids. That is a piece of the Sphinx from Egypt, like a real piece of like
Are
from
you
that came
me?
She was in Egypt. I think she was with like what are those people that go out and do humanitarian work, like volunteer for that? Something. She was in one of those groups, and she was in a village in Egypt that was right near where the Sphinx is, and she
was there, huh?
Yeah. So there you go. There's a piece of Egypt.
Dude,
right
what
there,
the
real
fuck?
from Egypt
That is
piece
awesome.
of the Sphinx. Yeah, she thought you'd like that. Shout out, Adrian.
Thank you so much. That's fucking cool.
I was like, I
just
know
a
he's
shard of a piece of stone, but it's like the real deal.
Yeah, I was like, I know he's got a place for that around here somewhere. He's got Egyptian.
I'll put it right
He's
by
got
my...
Egyptian stuff.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he has a Sphinx like statuette somewhere.
I'll put it in a plastic Ziploc bag and put it in my ass and see if it gives me powers.
Right, along
That's
with
what
all
they did, right?
all your other trinkets that are in your ass and all those Ziploc bags.
Snow
still.
globe. No, thank you. That's awesome. First of all, I was like, what? A gift? Like,
yeah, what?
I tried to not think about it because I was like, I don't know what it is.
Right.
Never, ever would have expected this.
Right.
That is fucking cool.
And it's great that she was able to find one shaped exactly like a dildo, too. So.
Yeah, very interesting shape. Very penisy. How did she get this, though? Like,
I'm pretty sure...
I mean, it's pretty old. I'm
hears
sure
this, she's going to prison. Like, I'm pretty sure Egypt's looking for her still. I don't think that's legal to just be taking pieces of these things. I don't know.
That's called stealing, you know.
It's called borrowing.
I would assume not.
Yeah, I guess they were just out there near it, and she was like, I'm taking this.
It
It's
smells
all
old.
it's all rubble in there anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised that there's just pieces of stone.
Like at the bottom,
Yeah.
near the feet and everything, and all the rocks around it.
Have you ever heard that the Sphinx has water erosion on it? And they're like, well, Egypt is a barren desert, and the last time that there would have been an amount of water to actually cause erosion on granite like that, the only way that that's possible is if the Sphinx was built like 10,000 years ago.
Oh shit!
Because that's the last time there was actually like...
Water's that
Because
high.
it was, I guess it was like a rainforest way back when and not a desert. And
Okay.
It's only been a desert for like, you know, a handful of thousands of years, but
Yeah.
that'd be nuts. All the regular Egyptologists are like, no, you're crazy. That's fucking stupid. Like, it's no older than 5,000 years old. Even that's pushing it. But they're like, but look, there's water erosion right there. Like, what else would you take from that?
Yeah.
But
What's their answer?
there's no way
that?
to prove it. So
Huh.
I don't think, at least. But that's
So
that's
then
something.
the other scientists or whatever, Egyptologists, archaeologists, do they just not believe it's water erosion? They think it's something else, or they think
I don't know. I don't know if they don't actually believe it or if they... I don't know, because, like, with scientists and academics and people who spend their whole lives studying something and, like, build their whole lives around it and gather all this info and they write books, and those people don't want to believe anything else that they didn't discover themselves, because then that means their life work is worth nothing.
Yeah.
If there's, like, new discoveries that cancel out their claims, they don't want to hear it. I think that's what that is.
I think that's too bad.
Yeah, I mean...
Hopefully some of them are like, well, let's check out this new information and then I'm going to go do more research.
Well, yeah, I feel like that would like light a fire in your belly. Like,
Yeah.
oh wow, that's crazy. That
Right.
that is sort of what that looks like. Let's look into that.
But
Instead of being
I also
like,
see
no.
I also see the side of just not accepting it, being like, I found these are my findings, this is my conclusion that I drew,
Yeah.
and your conclusion is based on the same evidence, but I don't draw that conclusion, so I think you're wrong.
I don't know what the deal is. I guess maybe one day we'll find out. But on the note of burning people alive,
Oh yeah, back to that.
so you know in ancient Rome they used to have that bronze bowl that was hollowed out, and like the wealthy first class people of ancient Rome would like, you know, go to parties or go to giant dinners and mingle, and they would have these big meals, and on a giant fire pit in front of them while they ate would be this big giant bronze bowl with a person inside of it burning alive inside the bowl.
What the fuck?
And it was hollowed out.
Under whose rule was this going on?
Let me see here.
That is insane.
Emperor Crazy Fuck.
Yeah.
No, ancient Greece is when it was designed. Diodorus Siculus. Siculus.
Wow.
Sounds sick.
One sick puppy.
People
People are just fucking horrible. Our
Yeah.
human history, there's no ends to the horrific things that happened.
So Perilos of Athens invented it.
I feel like that does a disservice to actual inventions. Like, this dude just made a big pit to burn people in. Like, that's not an invention.
Well, I mean, you got to credit him to a degree, because in terms of torture, it's pretty creative. Who comes up with that?
I don't know.
And why? It's sort of like porno. It's like so many guys say like, I just can't, like, I've been watching porno since I was 9 and I just can't jerk off unless it's a little person with no legs and
Something
like
terrible.
mouth fucking a horse, and that's the only way I can come or whatever. And the same thing I bet happened with torture. They're just like, what's the next most fucked up thing we can think of?
Fuck, man.
Torture hub.
Visit us online.
That's some desensitized shit.
But anyways, the most fucked up part about it,
Oh, now
and
we're getting to
the
it.
punchline is that the guy who made it for the emperor was the first guy who was in it.
That sounds like a
He
really
was like, well,
shitty
let's see if
deal.
it works. Hop on in there, man.
What a shitty deal. I'm pretty sure it
Well,
works.
good doing
Like,
business with you.
he's like, I know it works. I built it.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll get in there, but
We can just put like some wood in there.
yeah, he's like, we've got a lot of slaves.
But the most creative / fucked up part about the bowl was that they put sound amplifiers in the bull's face, like its nostrils, so that when the person would be screaming, burning alive, it would make it sound like the bowl was yelling.
Oh my god.
So that's cool.
Legitimately, all the way up until this moment when you said his nostrils, I thought we were saying bowl, like a bowl, not a plate, but a bowl.
Oh,
You're
bull?
saying a bull. Like,
no, a bull
like
animal.
a bull, like
Yeah.
a male steer. Okay,
So
now
it's
this.
a bronze
Now I'm okay. Now the
sculpture.
invention. Now the word invention makes a little more sense.
He
I'm like, he
invented the
literally.
bowl.
He's just like, this is just a bowl to burn people in. Like,
No,
how is that?
I don't think
okay.
that would have.
Now I'm.
Well, in fact, if it was just a bowl, they probably wouldn't have put him in it. 'Cause they'd be like, "No, start over. This is nothing."
They just
Like,
crawl out.
He's just like, "Whew, dodge that one." He didn't like it.
He's like, no, I said a bowl. What is this bowl?
Oh, that's awesome.
That is a lot more fucked up.
Yeah,
than
let that
was-
sink
than
in
I
now
was
for a little
thinking
bit.
about. What the fuck?
Dude, and then they had stuff like the table you would sit on, and they would strap chains to your limbs and just pull you apart slowly. Like, and they said they would do it to you like without letting up for like days. They would just pull it like just an inch, and then let
Dude.
you suffer, and then another inch until your bones just started splitting apart.
You have to really just not think of other people in the same way you think of yourself to be able to do that. Like, I can
know,
understand
like-
killing someone, but the dude that has to come in every morning at 8 o'clock and like move it one more inch, like that guy
All
on
right,
like
well, I'm done for the day, I
yeah,
guess.
on the 8th day, he's not like, okay, I'm gonna let you go. This is horrible. We should.
I know,
I'm
what's
just.
that
I'm just gonna
dynamic?
chop your head off.
He comes in every day, just like sort of tired. He just woke up and just walks in, and he's just like, "What's up, man?" Just
One more
Click.
inch on each
1
limb.
inch.
Yeah.
the guy's just like, "Oh my god,
The guy just begs him every.
that one more
single
inch
day.
really did it."
Every day he begs him to, and the other guy just relishes in it. He just loves it.
I know. Well,
He's just like, I love my job. I'm a torture man. This is awesome.
I mean, I'm sure there were people that loved it, and of course, I'm sure there are people that hated it. But like, if you were tasked with doing something like that, you either did it or they would do it to you, probably.
Yeah.
Like,
Just the mindset, if you're a decent person otherwise, like if you go home to your wife and kids in Greece and fucking do the shot put at the Olympics every year.
you also crank
but
the
you
wheel
also,
1 inch
yeah,
every day.
like otherwise you're a decent guy. In order to be in that mindset where you can torture another person, you have to not think of them as the same as you.
No, there would be no
It's
way.
like a slave isn't a human; it's an animal or whatever.
Basically.
this criminal is less than a human. Like you'd have to think of it that way.
Well-
But I'm now that we're talking about this, the more I'm remembering. Do you remember all those pictures and images that came out during the war in Iraq and Afghanistan of U.S. soldiers
And the naked
naked Iraqis
Yeah.
and everybody? Dude,
That was fucked.
that shit was fucked up, but it really opened my eyes to like those soldiers. They fucking grew up in wherever, Kentucky, Minneapolis, went to public school, probably never got in trouble with the law or anything like that, and then joined the military and went and tortured human beings with a smile on their face and
Yeah,
took
they, like, were
pictures
having a
of
good
it.
old
They
time.
looked like they were loving it. Like they looked like they were in Disney fucking torture world. Like
What's up with people doing shit like that, like Epstein, like fucking you name it? All the things that people are doing that, even though they're enjoying it and having a good old time, they're partying. But you know, like, if anybody found out about this, I would be fucked.
yeah, how are they?
And they're all taking pictures. They're all just
What
like,
the fuck?
West Side, West Coast, what's
Yeah,
up,
like-
baby? Just like posing for the picture. And it's like,
Fucking-
why are you taking a picture of this?
Dude, I would never be able to sleep again.
If I was doing shit like that, I would have guys just to pat you down for cameras. Like,
Right,
put
yeah.
your phone in my bathtub and
No,
I'll turn
yeah.
it on.
Fucking what
No one's
happens in
taking pictures
Vegas
of this.
stays in Vegas. We don't take pictures of this shit.
Like, the only evidence of this is going to be your memory, and that's it.
yeah, and if you
No.
can, whether you can live with it or not, you might kill yourself. Many do.
Strike the pose.
But that's also part of the psyche of people that do that sort of shit is they feel like they're so on top of the world that they're like, yeah, I'll take some fucking pictures.
It's fucking
Like-
amphetamines. a lot of that shit, I feel like,
it's part of that.
is fueled and goes down under the influence of amphetamines.
That's a good point. I actually never really thought
and
about that.
That shit completely takes away all notion of consequence. When you're rolling on a 2-day bender, like, you have no notion of anything could possibly go wrong here. Like, I will handle no matter what comes up. I'll be fine.
Yeah, you just have a little bit too much confidence.
Yeah.
I'm on fucking crack, yo.
And just optimism that nothing's going to go wrong, that there's not going to be consequences to this.
But then when you think about that, how many successful people, be it, just super wealthy musicians, celebrities, touring, showing up every day on set, fucking politicians being like, I'm the man.
Yeah.
Vote for me because I'm the man. They gotta be rolling on amphetamines because that's the mentality of amphetamine users. Like, I'm the best. I'm the best thing there is. All right, where else can we go with that? Torture, amphetamines.
These are a few of my favorite things.
That was Kanye West.
Kanye. Yeah, he goes with all those things.
Guy is?
He goes with all that shit.
Well, he's got bipolarization.
I know. I'm sad about Kanye right now.
When people say, is Jay crazy? I am going to be the full idea that God has of me.
I didn't read about it. Someone just brought it up to me randomly and was like, so what do you think about Kanye running? I was like, whatever. I just don't care. It's not going to work out. He's not going to be president. It's going to fail horribly. No one cares. This is just him being bipolar and being Kanye, and I just fucking don't care.
I believe that my calling is to be the leader of the free world.
Apparently, Kanye talks with Jared Kushner. Apparently, he talks with Kanye West almost every day on the phone. And Kanye West, the people helping him try to get on the ballot in certain states that are running that campaign for him are also working for other Republican Party members' campaigns, or even linked to Donald Trump's campaign.
I sort of feel like
it's just to muddy the waters. That's all. It's just a political stunt.
But do you really think Kanye is so off the rails mentally that he can't see that this is just a ploy,
that he
hasn't even a chance?
It is. I mean, I can see that it's a little bit reductive of him, and it's not necessarily fair to me to assume that he's just being played. Like, he would probably take issue with me saying that. I don't fucking know him at all.
Why would I listen to you? I'm the most successful person I know.
I mean,
but from an outsider's perspective, like, that's just what it looks like when you listen to the way he talks about those issues. When he talks about, like, how it's racist to expect a black person to be Democrat or whatever, like, a lot of these weird straw man arguments that he poses, that just sounds like it's coming out of the mouth of one of these Republican politician talking heads. It doesn't sound anything like any of his music that I love from Kanye. You go back and listen to his lyrics. As an artist, whether you're meaning to or not, you're bearing your soul in your art. So who you really are and what you really believe is going to shine through. And that's how you become successful, because people connect to that. And so all of his music and lyricism from his early albums and stuff completely goes against a lot of this weird new conservative ideology that he's pushing.
I mean, every rapper, no matter who they are, has got some ignorant tracks. Those are good ones too. But, like, he was considered like one of the more thoughtful.
Right. He was like conscious rap shit. Like,
and that totally, like you said, doesn't match up with his actions,
right?
And stuff that he says, right now. It's like, what? Who is?
I mean,
this guy?
Remember the whole George Bush doesn't care about black people thing? Like,
but Donald Trump. Does?
Donald Trump cares about black people. Like, what happened in between then? Like,
I mean, I know we talk about Donald Trump a lot, and it's hard to not, though, because there's always something going on.
Well, did you see that Twitter tirade that Kanye went on a while ago where he was like, everybody knows that Get Out, the movie Get Out, was about me, and Kim went to meet up with Meek Mill, and they talked he put in quotation, they talked about something. Like, he's implying that Kim was fucking Meek Mill in some hotel room. He's saying, like, telling Rob Kardashian, he's like, Rob, call me back. Rob, call me back. I mean, a lot of it was deleted later on, but on Reddit, someone was archiving, they were saving all of this shit and posting it on Reddit, like, they're being deleted, but here are the tweets. You know, I screenshotted all of it, and he's just going off like he's like, everyone knows I'm in the sunken place, like, someone come help me, like, saying really, really worrisome, obviously manic shit. And it's sad.
It's easy to poke fun at that sort of stuff, but there is a chance that, like, this could just get worse and worse and worse, and at some point in the near future there will be no more Kanye West.
In my eyes, that would look like a cry for help, like this whole tirade he was going on. And it was, that's not a healthy, like, it may person. Not all be like facts. Maybe the Get Out's not based on him, but if he feels that way, like, in his, like, just if somewhere in his mind he feels like he's in a situation where he's being manipulated,
he's in, like a Twilight Zone episode.
Yeah, like, that's scary, man. And
when you think that the world is revolving around you and all these conspiratorial things are happening, this movie was made about me, I chosen, be president, like, you are not in a good spot. You can make all the connections you want, but they don't believe in a lot of them. They just,
you can't believe everything your brain says to you. Yeah. You can't just believe it.
That's wild, man. Did he fucking call Jordan Peele and ask, like, hey, did you write this movie about me?
Yeah, I don't know where he was getting that from.
Jordan Peele just goes, hangs up the phone.
Just like, yay, it's 3 a.m. Stop calling me. I already told you.
I'm with Kim right now. Me and Meek Mill.
Me and Meek, shut up.
Did you hear that Kanye West called Danny McBride to talk about a movie idea?
No.
And Danny McBride was like, yeah, man. They started talking about the movie, and it was just Kanye asking Danny McBride to play him in a movie.
To play Kanye?
Yeah. And Danny McBride, I guess, was just like, look, man, I don't know how the fuck that's going to work, but yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, I mean, like, fuck, yeah.
I guess I'll do it, sure. Like, I don't know how you're going to make that work, but...
You call me when you got the script and you've got a producer, and I'll fucking be there. Other stories coming out of that ranch, like that Danny McBride one, from other artists, musicians, and other famous people that have been there, have also said that they had a bizarre experience, that Kanye invited them to do something at his ranch, and they went there, and they ended up doing completely different shit than what they expected.
It sounds like he lives on Skinwalker Ranch. Have you heard of that?
I have no idea what that is, but that sounds ridiculous.
It's Skinwalker Ranch. Now that I say that, I feel like that could be a bit. That could be a video about Kanye West on Skinwalker Ranch.
And Danny McBride plays him.
Oh my God. I mean, that idea to me is so fucking stupid that I don't even think it would be worth doing. But I feel like Kanye in a movie with Danny McBride could be funny. Kanye's like, fuck this ranch. I'm done with this ranch. Let's move to Skinwalker Ranch. And Danny McBride just, like, helps him move for some reason. The whole movie is like all these celebrities get together to help Kanye West move to a different ranch.
What is Skinwalker Ranch?
Skinwalker Ranch, it had original owners a long time ago, but then it was bought by a billionaire named Bob Bigelow.
Bigelow Aerospace staff showed the latest advancement, a compact structure that inflates for astronauts to live in after launch, providing more volume while doing missions in space.
What we are doing is novel. It's really unique.
And Bob Bigelow is like super duper into UFOs and stuff. He's poured a lot of his billions into studying it and stuff. But apparently there's all this kooky, crazy stuff going on at this one place called Skinwalker Ranch. Like unexplainable things, and he bought it so that he could try to witness it or study it or document it, but he's since sold it. But it would be hilarious if they combined that with Kanye's movie Moving with all these
I mean, I like this idea already.
I was looking for a spot to start the Yeezy campus. I believe this is the first property we looked at. By the time we were about to leave the ranch, I fell in love with it, and I bought it, and now we're here.
We were going on a walk one day, and I said, this was my dream home, this house here.
This will be one of the Yeezy campuses to create spaces that allow humans to maximize our potential.
I knew that it was gonna be our dream home.
Which is the beginning of us going from being multi-dimensional and completely imaginative. That will be some of the immediate goals within our lifetime, but ultimately this will be the paradigm shift for freer thought.
One day, I got a phone call out of nowhere, and the voice sounded familiar, and I was like, hello? He's like, hey. He's like, this is Kanye West. He had an idea for a project that I think was a pretty brilliant idea.
It's a great idea. Kanye's he's a genius. You did it again.
I was like, okay, so this is the plan. Yeah, that seems like that'd be cool. I'll meet up with him.
We're all reuniting again. It's on, baby.
We're breaking into this place. So we get there, and I'm kind of just like trying to ask questions but not be nervous. Like, so, like, they got like security, cops. So like, what are we getting into here?
Kanye stood up. First time he spoke all day.
If you instill the fear of God, you eliminate the fear of anything else.
I think that, first of all, Kanye is an artist, man. But, I don't have to agree with everything that he says.
And I'm getting nervous about, like, well, what does Kanye like to do? Like, oh, this is crazy that we're here. And we were, like, scavenging around this place in the dark.
And it's not that I am fearless. I am definitely shaking and in so much fear.
And we were gonna go out. I'm like, man, are you sure? 5 minutes later, he was just dripping sweat. And he's like, just turn your headlamp off and run.
Get off the property. So my question to y'all is what you mother done did, huh? The situation's out of control.
It's like, shut the fuck up. I will fucking laser you with alien fucking eyes and explode your fucking head.
You don't have enough bullets, bitch. I'll rip your lips off and kiss my ass with them shits.
What the fuck? You guys are still alive? I'm in front of the joke. The joke is on everyone else.
How do we come up with so many good ideas on this show?
I don't know.
Like, I feel like this show is just a machine for ideas.
Right?
When
Dude,
we get together.
It's funny you mentioned Kanye West wanting Danny McBride to play him in a movie, because I was just reading the other day, Joel Embiid is a basketball player for the Philadelphia 76ers, and he's like 7'3", 300 pounds. Like, he's an absolute monster on the basketball court. And someone asked him who he would want to play him in a movie about his life, and he said Seth Rogen.
Really?
Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, so Seth Rogen as Joel Embiid and Danny McBride as Kanye West. Moving Kanye West to Skinwalker Ranch.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, the more we keep talking about this, the more I'm like, I need to somehow get this idea to him, because he's just crazy enough to be like, I'm gonna make some phone calls.
Yeah,
he might not. He might even know.
He'll end up
that
buying
ranch.
Skinwalker Ranch. What a fucking name.
Or he might actually buy Skinwalker.
That's what I.
Oh my god, dude.
Well, we need to get an email list.
I don't know how you get a hold of Kanye, but
vote for
maybe
him.
I'll call Donald Trump first to get to Kanye. Maybe
that's probably easier to get a hold of him. Yeah.
Kanye, I just want to tell you, I don't think it's a good idea for you to move to Skinwalker. I hear there's a lot of spooky, scary stuff that goes on there.
Very, very nasty.
In the night. I bet it'd inspire a lot of music for him, though.
Living on Skinwalker?
Yeah.
Well, we need.
I don't know. Maybe
inspire,
for fun, check it out. There's a documentary on Hulu about it.
We need to inspire some good music from him. Dude, I rolled my ankle at work like 3 weeks ago, and I'm still limping around like a fucking...
Really?
Yeah, dude, it hurt.
It must have been pretty bad then.
I think I sprained like the muscle in the top of my foot. I was walking the big like black garbage bin that I like load all the garbages from the whole building into this big bin, and we have a huge ramp that goes down to the basement floor. So I was taking the empty bin, luckily it was empty, I was taking it down the ramp, but I somehow stepped on the wheel of the bin as I was going down the ramp and just twisted my ankle as I was going down the ramp. But I couldn't let go of the bin, and my momentum was pulling me down the hill, so I was like had to start hopping down the hill with this bin.
Shit.
And yeah, it rolled my ankle really bad. But
what was in the bin?
Nothing. I had just taken all the trash out, but it's still pretty heavy because it's just a huge black bin with wheels. With
I was like thinking like you had a ton of shit in a bin.
Oh no, I was
let go of it.
I was lucky that it was empty. I guess I could have let go and just let it slam into the door, but I didn't want to. Because it would have been fine if I could stay off it for a couple weeks, but
because your like your calf muscles are now supporting your ankle.
Yeah.
So they're getting strained.
Yeah.
And eventually
and then something else is gonna pick up the slack.
It all follows.
Yeah.
Just boop 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 boop. Now you're fucked.
Right.
And you're retarded.
And I'm 30. It's connected to
I rolled my
brain
ankle
stem.
a month ago. Now I'm retarded.
I couldn't stay off it.
Dude, do you remember when we were like 12 and I jumped off one of the walls
at the park and just shattered your foot?
Yeah, and I shattered my heel bone. Yeah. And I remember hitting the ground and just screaming, and you were just staring at me, just going, what? I think you even started laughing because
I'm pretty sure I probably did,
because it was just so all of a sudden I just started screaming because you had just jumped off it right before me.
Yeah.
And you were fine, and you were like, "Come on!" And I was like, "Yeah."
You were just screaming off into nothing.
And then I think I remember my mom coming over to pick me up, and she was like, "Why'd you do that?" And I'm just like, "Bitch, I'm hurting so bad."
Yeah, what do you mean? I was just having fun.
Do I sound like Lil Wayne about to rap on a track when I do this? Yeah, money. That's what he does.
Moolah, baby. I love Lil Wayne.
If it wasn't for Wayne, it wouldn't be.
I like his podcast. He's actually a good
I should listen to that. No, I haven't listened to that. Well, he's good at everything he does.
Well, I mean, you hear him talk and he sounds like a mentally challenged goblin.
Yeah, like a weird gremlin.
But he actually, like, if you don't like hearing him talk or whatever.
The way his voice sounds isn't
I love it.
Indicative
I
of...
could listen to him talk all the time.
I like it too, yeah.
But no, he actually, like, is good at keeping it going, carrying a conversation, has stuff to say.
Yeah, you might think they've got a pretty good jump shot. Or a pretty good flow. But all of our kids can't aspire to be LeBron or Lil Wayne.
Maybe you are the next Lil Wayne, but probably not. In which case, you need to stay in school.
God, what a great speaker. Obama was such a good orator. His cadence was kind of different from a lot of people's,
but it like held your attention.
He was such a good speaker, and his speeches and just the way that he spoke and the things that he said were coherent. And if you listen to Donald Trump speak for 1 full minute, 60
Wayne.
seconds of talking, dude, 65 IQ max. 65, 70 IQ. Like,
I love the Wayne. He's very small.
This dude is obviously below average intelligence. It's not fucking hard to see.
It's tough with that sort of claims. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'd probably be more on the side of agreeing. I'm just saying, like, it's tough to know who is and isn't below average intelligence sometimes, because sometimes you'll meet people that just say some super dumb shit,
right?
But then you're like, oh, you're like a math genius. Or they'll be like really, really good at speaking or conveying ideas, and then they like can't do regular things.
Yeah,
like I don't know.
But I don't know what Donald Trump's smart at, but it's not very many.
He's a really good pumpkin carver.
He probably. I mean,
his cabinet's like, no, seriously, have you fucking seen it? Like, it's really.
He does
good.
all of ours for the White House every October.
I can't wait till Halloween rolls around.
Just like I listen to him talk pretty regularly. Like, I've listened to a lot of his like addresses to the public, and during the whole COVID thing when they were doing briefings every afternoon for weeks. I listened to him every time, and not one time did I ever feel, not ever once did I feel like he said something smart.
Well,
never. He fucking said to inject bleach into your lungs. Like, I listened to him live say the shit. Like,
hold on a second.
And I was like, when you listen to him long enough, you can pinpoint exactly the moments that are gonna be cut and played on the morning news the next day.
Yeah.
When he said the shit about the bleach, I just was immediately laughing as I was watching. I was like, dude, you're going to get roasted tomorrow. And of course he got roasted for it. And then he tweets out, why even do these briefings when people just seize on the smallest things? And then like they fizzled out. He stopped doing them after that.
But the things you call the smallest things people are focusing on are actually like really important to focus on because they're so dumb.
Like, it's insane that you would even suggest some
it's
of the
like
shit
calling
you said.
it's like as easy as calling what's going to be on Sports Center the next day.
Yeah,
like obviously
exactly.
that's going to be
like,
on Sports
there's
Center.
the highlight.
Yeah.
Like, bam, there it is. Inject the
But
bleach.
like his version of a breaking the backboard slam dunk is just like him saying to put bleach into your body.
Yeah, or is there some way we can rinse the lungs with a disinfectant? And it's like,
rinse the lungs.
yeah, like we're gonna somehow
You mean drowning?
We're gonna somehow clean out the lungs with a disinfectant, like to kill the bacteria, like to kill the virus. You fucking asshole.
He's got brains.
He's got the best brain.
What are some of the most to you like the most recognizable soundtracks from movies? The score of a movie. Can you think of any?
Pirates of the Caribbean is probably the one that comes to mind first, and then like Star Wars, Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
pretty much anything by that guy. What's his name?
John Williams.
John Williams. Yeah,
dude, I just heard about this last night. Because we threw on the first Jurassic Park, and as soon as the music started playing, I was just like, man, whoever wrote the music for this movie is a fucking gangster.
Dude,
because
John
this
Williams
music
is
so good.
Absolute legend.
And then she's like, oh yeah, it was John Williams. He did Star Wars too. He did
Indiana
Jaws.
Jones.
He did all the Harry Potters. He did Jurassic Park. He did Star Wars. He did Hook, Empire of the Sun, Indiana Jones, E.T.,
so everything Steven Spielberg
Superman,
ever made.
Jaws, he did all. So like whatever these ones that have sequels, he did all those too.
Yeah.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind. So this guy is like a genius at creating melodies that never leave your mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like
for sure.
Do 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 do. That was flat, I think, but Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Uh-huh.
Same with Jurassic Park. Same with Star Wars. Fucking dun dun.
Oh yeah, that shit is iconic.
Like it's so
fuck.
simple, but like it's so powerful at the same time.
Anytime I think of the Jurassic Park one, I cannot think of the Indiana. Like I have the Jurassic Park theme in my head, and now I can't think of the Indiana Jones one. It just
I can't think of
my
it
brain
either.
just plays the Jurassic Park one when I try to think of the Indiana Jones
So
one.
is mine.
So I'm just like, but if I think of the Indiana Jones one first, then I can't get my brain to play the Jurassic Park one.
What is the Indiana Jones one?
I can't think
Fuck
of it, dude.
I'm not gonna try to.
I could do Jurassic Park.
Dun, 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 God, it's fucking good. He did Dracula. I mean, yeah, he's got a lot. The guy whoever scored The Revenant, and again, it's sort of like the Jaws where it's super simple. I mean, literally, there were scenes where the same score was used in The Revenant a few times, and it was 2 notes. It was just like a really intense instrument and sound that just like enveloped the whole experience when it would play.
I need to watch that movie again.
So do I.
That was a great movie.
But it was like, and it really like took its time, and, and then it was just like, it's almost like brave to me to think that that's your career and you're just gonna go with 2 notes on this movie, this Leonardo DiCaprio movie. You're just like, fuck Leo, fuck the Academy, 2 notes.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go watch the game or whatever he does. Like,
no, it takes serious genius to be able to strip it down to only what it needs.
I think it's, in a way, it's almost more impressive to me when a musician or an artist is really, really good at utilizing negative space rather than how much they can put into something.
Yeah.
Like you can fill a note into every single second. Knowing where to not put something is...
I can totally agree with that, yeah. Some of those...
That's sexy to me.
Some of my, like, most... that I feel the moments that I feel the most in certain songs are, like, the breaks. Or when there's, like, a small lull and then the crescendo or something, or the beat drop, like, the lead up. Like, those moments that create that suspense or that tension or...
Yeah.
Whatever
Dude,
it might be.
I'm for sure gonna watch The Revenant now.
Yeah, me too. Did you ever watch Call Me by Your Name? That was a really good movie.
I've heard of that so many times. I don't know if I've seen it. What's
it's
it
not
about?
Anything like The Revenant at all. It's about two gay dudes discovering their sexuality on a summer break in Italy or something.
Is there a
like
lot
that.
of fucking in it?
I don't think so. Maybe. I don't think there's very much gay
It's the
fucking.
only way I'm gonna watch it.
It's Army Hammer, and which is just
Army
the most
Hammer,
fucking epic name. Like
Army Hammer.
What the fuck?
First of all, how do you luck out with a last name Hammer?
Yeah. And then your
And then
parents
your
had the balls
first
to just name you Army.
Yeah.
What if his
like,
brother's
let's just name him the military?
His brother's name's Air Force Hammer. What's the other kid? Timothy Chalamet. He's the other one in that movie. He's the one that in the last episode, Chris said that he's who he pictures America as. He's like brooding and.
Oh man, I got so giggly when I was listening to when you were like, I think my first sexual awakening was Halle Berry walking into the Flintstones. Yeah, I have the same experience, except mine was the first scene with John Goodman.
Yeah.
Just imagining Chris, a young boy version of Chris, getting a little boner over John Goodman is so weird. That is so weird.
Well, picturing any little boy getting a boner over anything's pretty weird.
Yeah.
But
I think everyone knows that
sometimes we do
don't
that, though.
care for kid dick.
They don't know much.
I'm not
about
saying
it
we
either.
don't care for it. I'm just saying we don't want it, but we care about it.
We would care for it if it was wounded in...
I would bandage a kid's dick if it got cut or whatever they're doing with their
I'd
dicks
put it
these
over my
days.
shoulder and burp it if I needed.
Burp? Let me... You need your dick burped?
You let me burp your worm.
Oh, burp your worm, dude.
Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry about that one.
Burping a dick is rough.
Yeah.
That's a rough
I got
word
an air
selection.
bubble in my urethra. Will you burp my dick?
But it sort of
She's like,
works,
I don't
though,
like
because-
how it smells. I don't want to.
Oh, imagine if your dick did burp. I don't know if it'd be a fart or not. I don't know what.
Yeah. Would we call it a burp or a
I'd
fart?
rather call it a burp, I think.
I feel like I'd rather call it a fart. I don't know why.
I mean, different strokes.
That implies my pee hole is a mouth, and now I'm just envisioning
But the head
doom.
of your penis, a head has a mouth.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's true.
But also when you associate fart with shit, and there ain't no shit coming out of my dick. If that was the case, I'd be like, just cut it off. I'd be like, I'll switch. I'll be just balls.
Yeah, call me just balls. I'm becoming more and more aware for some reason. I didn't used to be aware of it at all. Now, the more of our episodes I listen to, the more aware I am of how much we talk about genitalia and fecal matter.
Yeah, well, I mean...
I enjoy it.
Like, it just seems to come up so organically all the time.
I mean, this came up. There's a kid dick we're talking about. We didn't just start talking about normal dick.
We went from talking about a really sophisticated conversation about scoring films, and then we went straight into burping a kid's dick and shit coming out of your dick, and whether it's a fart or a burp.
Let's talk about the Academy. John Williams.
What a shit dick.
His next score is going to be titled Burp.
Man.
Worm
He
Burp.
could
John Williams knows how to burp.
burp my shit dick.
New band name. What's the other one? You said another one time. It wasn't like, oh, new band name. It was something else.
Oh, Native American?
Maybe that, yeah.
Like burping dick.
Burps kid's dick.
Cares about kids. I had a feeling that I was super excited to do another one.
I thought
I would wake up today.
I thought I was not going to be worth anything today.
Yeah.
Because I've been super stressed the last few days and had a really weird morning at work because I was so stressed.
What happened?
About what I was stressed about. It was so on my... It kind of ties back to what you were saying earlier about when your brain's not in the right place.
Yeah.
Or your mind's in a bad place. I've been driving the box trucks recently and like taking a lot of deliveries around to the other schools, but we have a really small corral, a fenced in area where we keep all the trucks. There's like 6 or 7 trucks that need to be backed in one by one, and they have to be really close to each other in order for them all to fit. So it was my job this week to put all the fleet of trucks away every day. Well, they're really fucking old trucks with really shitty mirrors that are so loose you can't see out of them at all. Just a big box like a U-Haul truck, but
like no one probably should have ever used it
before.
Yeah.
And I can't see anything out the mirror. So anyway, I'm backing them in and putting them all away, and I fucking bump the box of one of the trucks with the fender of the other truck and put a scratch down the side of it. And I'm like, fuck, like this is bad. I'm on camera doing this shit. Like, they're old as shit. And so my first reaction was like, no one's gonna notice one more scratch on this truck. But the longer I sat with that in my mind of like, I scratched this truck, I didn't tell anyone about it. The main guy that like runs facilities and is in charge of all of this equipment is on vacation. When he comes back next week, he's gonna see the scratch on this truck, start asking around what the fuck happened. If it comes back to me, like, I could get in trouble for not putting in an incident report. I could lose my job. It could go to my...
So what'd you do?
So I just called him and was just like, dude, Norm, I have to unburden my conscience. Like, I scratched one of the trucks, putting them away. I'm sorry. He's like, which one was it? I was like, it was number 20. He's like, dude, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's super old truck, which was my first reaction when it happened. But I spent all week just like letting my mind come up with all these different scenarios of the worst thing that it could be. So this morning I drove the car back home to drop off for Jennifer for her to take to work. And then I rode my bike to my school to be at all day. Well, I get to the school on my bike and realize I still have the car keys in my pocket. So Jennifer can't fucking drive to work. So I have to fucking now leave the school and ride my bike back home to give Jennifer the car keys. I ride back to the school. Once I get back to the school, I realize I've left my badge to get into the school.
Oh my God.
At home now. So now I have to fucking ride my bike all the way back home to get my badge and ride back to the school. But I ride all the way home and I can't...
the whole time that this is happening, what are you saying to yourself in your head?
You fucking piece of shit, bitch. God, what the... So I get home looking for my badge. It's not there. I can't fucking find it anywhere. I'm running around my house looking for it. So I ride back to the school and I'm looking all over the school for it. I finally find my keys stuck in one of the doors that I had unlocked at the school.
You have to look.
They were there the whole time.
School. If someone was like, "Oh, I lost something," and I was like, "Where'd you lose it?" and they were like, "In a school," I'd be like, "Well, it's gone." Like, don't even look.
I was fucking looking everywhere.
Oh, if you could have a superpower, we've all been asked this question. Which one would it be?
Probably teleportation.
That would be pretty cool. How would you use that? Besides just like getting to work and stuff. Then that whole situation wouldn't have been so bad.
I'd use it to fly too. Because like you could choose to just be able to fly, but I would just teleport myself.
I never thought of that.
10,000 feet in the air and then just like
start dropping,
kind of drop, and then teleport 10,000 more feet in the air and drop. Just like keep teleport flying, you know? Yeah. You just like teleport really quickly a few times to gain a bunch of speed, and then just like...
But I bet people who can really fly would like sort of look down on
they'd be like,
really
it's not the same.
He just sort of tricks you.
And I'd be laughing at him from a different fucking time period because I'd be teleporting forward and back in time.
They'd look down on you, but they'd be jealous.
Yeah.
So teleportation, huh? Are you saying you wouldn't choose Diphallia?
Well, now I know what that is. Is that 2 dicks?
Yeah, it is. It's having 2 dicks, which I would consider a superpower.
I guess
2 dicks.
Yeah, but where is this? Is it? Are they like 2-headed? Is it like a 2-headed snake?
You want to see a picture?
I've seen it.
Have you?
Yeah, I saw an AMA
You wanna
on
see one
Reddit.
anyways?
Not really. I've seen the 2 dick guy. Like, if you've seen 2 dicks, you've seen them all.
He goes by 2 Dick Dude.
He doesn't.
His name is Clark. And people don't recognize him with his glasses on.
Oh, God.
That's Superman's brother.
He's like, yeah.
Superman's brother.
Superman's
Same deal with the glasses.
No, Superman's really jealous because his brother's superpower is having 2 dicks.
And Superman is just bald.
But he's like super strong and runs really fast.
All these powers. He's good looking. He's can fly. Laser eyes.
But
no dick.
His brother Blark is just. His brother Blark just has 2 dicks. None of the other powers, just 2 dicks.
But he's got 2 massive hogs on him. Superman fucking hates it.
Oh my God.
Oh.
He doesn't like how much time Lois spends with his brother.
I'm sorry, Lois, but this is an emergency. I've got to leave.
Like they're out in public and like Blark is like super unfortunate looking and just his glasses are like 2 inches thick.
Yeah.
Whereas Superman's are all like sleek and stuff. And
right.
He's got like the horseshoe balding going on. He's super
big old
short.
pot belly. Blark don't give a fuck. He's got all the confidence in the
so
world.
So much swagger.
He just oozes swag.
Yeah, he walks into a room and owns it. Everyone's super happy when he gets in. Yeah. And Superman's just like, I have no dick. Nobody knows that I don't have a dick.
Yeah, and Blark's not like cool and understanding about it. He's like an asshole to Superman about it.
Yeah, and Superman just takes
bullies him.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, God. So this guy, I have some facts on him. Well, first, let me tell you some facts about Diphallia. It's a genetic condition that presents at birth, which a person has 2 penises. Only affects about 1 out of every 5 to 6 million people. In fact, only about 100 cases have been recorded over the past 400 years. I don't know. I got hung up on thinking about them having 2 dicks 400 years ago. Imagine a caveman that had Diphallia.
Yeah, or like a sultan, or like Rasputin probably had 2 dicks.
Imagine when people were just like, they were just hunting or gathering, and they were walking around naked. You were the one guy that anyone has ever seen with 2 dicks. Would you just be the leader?
No, they'd kill you.
I don't know, because all that mattered back then was just who's having the babies. Because
do both dicks have balls?
He only has 2 balls.
Okay. Because I feel like there's the caveat. Like, you could be the 1 in 4 million that has 2 dicks.
Yeah.
But your second dick might be coming off your kneecap. And then, fuck that. Like, that ain't no superpower.
You're real big on stuff being on the knees.
Yeah. That's a handicap if you got a fucking dick hanging off your knee.
Very handy if you're trying to put 1 in the pink and 1 in the stink.
How you gonna get the knee around to the stink?
You'll
actually, you
find
know what?
A way.
I've already come up with a way.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's in our biology. You already came up. You doubted yourself.
Yeah.
But biology
as soon as
was
I looked down at my dick and then looked at my knee, I was like, I can make it work.
Yeah.
It is a superpower.
That's what I'm.
All right. What if it was coming out of your Adam's apple?
It's a curse, and it depends on how you look at it.
What if both of your dicks were where your nipples should be? Instead of just having one where it should be, you have both just Frankenstein bolting out of you.
That would be even worse. That would be even worse than the Adam's apple, because at least the Adam's apple, they're facing forward and you can neck fuck someone.
Yeah.
But side to side, you'd have to like grab 2 girls on the side of you by the waist and just like start knocking your head into them. Just like boom, 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 boom.
They're like, it's not even worth it.
Yeah, they're just like, we're just really not enjoying
We're going to go
this.
find a 1 dick, dude.
Yeah. We're going to go find a 1 dick guy. Imagine like if you were in love in a new relationship with a girl who you thought was really going to go somewhere and her ex-boyfriend had 2 dicks.
Oh, man.
How'd you feel about that? Would you feel like, oh, good for me, that guy's a freak? Or would you be like, oh my God, 2?
Yeah, how can I
just
keep
got
up with
1.
that? Yeah, I'd have to ask her how she felt about it.
But then would you ever believe her if she was like, I didn't like it?
You'd have to really be reading not listening to the words, but reading between the lines.
I don't know. I just feel like the small insecure part of my brain would be like, you did have 2 of them, though. You only have 1.
What if they were both small dicks, though?
Well, here's the thing. This guy that I'm talking about, they're both over 10 inches.
That's a problem. So if he gets a boner, he passes out because all the blood's in both of his dicks?
Apparently not. Apparently he's wide awake.
He's got a lot of blood, I guess.
But anyways,
10-inch dicks.
So originally one of them was 6 inches and the other one was 7 inches, which is still pretty good.
Yeah, that's fine. That's 13 inches when you put them together.
So, but then he got surgery because the way he described it was, so it starts as like one tree trunk and then forks off into two.
Oh, shit. Okay.
But they fork off just before it breaches his skin on the outside, so the root is on the inside, of course,
the perineum.
But they were like out of proportion because they were like the inner parts were stuck back too far, because a lot of people who are born with Diphallia have a lot of issues.
Sounds like it.
But he dodged a lot of bullets because he that was like his only issue, was just they were stuck in there too far inside of him. So he got surgery to just hold them out as far as they needed to go. And then after they pulled them out, they're like, oh, you got 2 10-inch dicks now.
They're like, we did you a favor.
Yeah.
Man.
You don't want us to remove one of them? You don't want to be a one-dick guy like the rest of us? I'm a one-dick guy. It's great. I just got the one.
He's like, no, I'll take 2 10-inchers.
Yeah. And they were like, God, fuck it.
Fucking damn it. His insurance covers it.
Yeah. They really wanted to cut it off. And the doctor is just like, takes his glasses off and tries to laser eye beam cut it off because it's Superman. He's just like, let me do this operation. So there's like, you're an optometrist.
Yeah.
He's just like, I got it.
Clark, get out of here.
My super senses tell me your vital signs, metabolism, and organs are all completely normal. I think you'll make a full recovery.
So is that your superpower you choose? Is Diphallia? What about Triphallia if we're going that far?
I feel like
if we're going superpowers.
To me, although this guy sounded like a very nice, sweet man.
Is it not hot enough to keep one dick happy? I gotta keep 2 dick. I gotta double jerk my dick.
In all honesty,
God damn.
I would just rather have one.
Dude, yeah, another one sounds like a burden.
I feel
and what if you just like don't like the other one as much? It's not as sensitive. You just only jerk the left dick all the time.
I mean, he said that he didn't have a favorite. That they're both.
He just lets his partner choose. He's just like, pick a dick.
Well, the crazy thing is they ejaculate separately. So you can literally get one of them off and then get the other one off. And then on top of that, he has no refractory period, so he can come as many times as he wants, he said. So this guy...
What if he runs out of cum?
Well, he dies. They're like, look, before you get out of here after the surgery, like, we need to let you know, though. Like, you have a certain ammt of cums.
Yeah, if you're out of cum, like, you're done.
He's just like, I'm good. See you later. His dick's just like whap, 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 whap. It's just hitting the outside of his hips. That sounds way more like a super villain power. Like, I would picture the villain having the 2 dicks.
Yeah, I can see it.
Because then he's just all mean.
He didn't start out as the villain, though.
Yeah.
He's
That's usually how it goes.
Yeah. It's his parents' fault for naming him Blark. Yeah. He would have been fine. I mean, that would be pretty...
Are you sure you don't want to see a picture? There's some fucked up pictures.
All right. Well, since you told me they're 10 inches, I'll have a look.
All right, let's see.
I'll have a look-see. Because there was an AMA on Reddit a year or so ago.
I knew you were going to cave on looking at
of a dude that was like, I've got 2 dicks, and I saw the pictures of his, and they weren't impressive. They weren't no 10 inches, so I don't think it's the same dude. They weren't very impressive dicks. They were normal dicks.
I don't know if I have the right dicks in my phone for this guy, but I have examples of, because I just Googled Diphallia and just.
You got any 400-year-old Diphallia examples?
I hope so. They're all mummified.
Yeah, I want to see some mummified double dick. Dragon. That's the dragon.
So this is what can happen to you if you have Diphallia.
Double dragons. Double dicks. Oh, ooh,
so you're like, your bladder cannot work, your colon cannot work. It can come
what's that thing up top there?
That's part of his digestive gang, I think.
Popped out.
Yeah.
Well, those are not impressive dicks.
No, those are terrible dicks.
Those are really sad dicks.
But this is another example. This is more like the guy that we're talking about.
He's got one circumcised and one not.
Yeah, well, I don't know what the
That's
deal is with
really weird decision.
But anyways,
those dicks look fine.
But also, I feel like
you're losing a whole 1.5 inches at the end there. You can't thrust with the end of that.
Well, that's why he got surgery, because he had the same situation. So now they're both like the same size.
Separated, like you got that shit
They
cut down
need to
the
be
middle.
stacked on top of each other, though. That's
Yeah,
the only
that's
reason
what-
why you would want it.
right. Side by
because when they're
side.
side to side like that, you can't do anything with
No,
that.
that's terrible. You'd have to try to keep one limp, and how would you manage that?
Dude, if I had that, it would be a fucking nightmare because I have to pee so much.
Yeah.
He was like, when I'm at urinals and there's only one urinal, he's like, I won't go because I don't want people, because people are going to not be able to miss the fact that I have two giant dicks. And he's like,
I'd miss it. I mean, I fucking tilt my head up and stare straight ahead. Like, I make sure there's no periphery possibility of me seeing a dick when I'm at a urinal.
yeah, no,
But I can see why he'd think like everyone's gonna see my double dick if I'm at
But
a
he
urinal.
has to, he said that, so he comes one at a time out of them separately, but he pees out of both.
Why does he have one circumcised and one not?
I don't know, it's really
that's
pissing me
really
off.
throwing me off. Like, I feel like this isn't real because of that.
I mean, I couldn't find a
Like,
picture
the
that I
doctor just
knew
gave
was-
up halfway through.
Maybe he just wanted it. Maybe he thought it was cool to just have one of them.
Just let the girl choose. Do you like?
I mean, I
the-
guess if you had two, it's like, why not have one of each?
I mean, he's a perfect fucking candidate to tell us if there's a difference in sensation. Like, do you prefer like you said, though, he doesn't prefer one or the other.
Yeah,
so
he's
it's like, where's
trying
this
to figure
guy
out how
at?
to take it off the screen, to be honest. I feel like we're stuck with it right now. Take it off.
I don't like his pubes either. It's a weird shave job.
I'm honestly trying to figure out how to take this off right now. Anyways, everybody out there, if you guys listen and like the show, and maybe you have two dicks, maybe you don't, but this is Listen to Your Friends. See you next time.